In this video, I'm going to explain how to make your copy irresistible to clicks. And I'm going to explain the 5 ways how to do it. And so then you don't have to worry about wondering which way can I do it and how can I get more people in. I'm just going to show you the most simplest and most effective way how to get buyers in wanting today as soon as you start running Meta ads, Facebook ads, or even Google ads. So then you're not stuck in that waiting period of, oh, am I going to get a sale? Oh, am I going to get a lead? You don't have to worry about that. So in today's video, I'm going to explain from someone who makes over 6 figures a year in my own marketing agency, 5 ways how to make a copy irresistible to clicks so then you can get buyers. So let's just start off with step number 1. You've got to make sure that your copy is simple. Because the good thing is once you make your copy simple, it's going to be effective. And also once you make your copy simple, everyone else is going to be able to read it. So no matter where you are, what you do, or what service you provide, everyone's going to be able to understand, see what you do, and see how you're actually able to help them. Because you've probably realized you've had many different times where a lot of people have been like, oh, I thought you did this, not that you did this. So let's just say you run a brokerage or a real estate. Like, oh, I thought you were an investment company. Oh, I thought you source cars. That's a lot of issues that a lot of different marketing companies have, is that they don't make their copy simple enough so people are like, oh, you only offer this, you don't offer this. You just got to make it simple to the point. And let me just provide you for an example. Let's help you get your loan pre-approved today. Let's help you get your home loan pre-approved today. So something as simple as that, you've got to make it simple to the point. Because if you think about it, they're gonna be like, oh, then I could possibly apply for like an investment property or even for like a home loan. But also because you add that specificity of that home, people are going to think, oh, okay, so it's mainly targeted at B2C. It's mainly targeted at an area or a group of people who want to buy a home or want to buy a second home. So I'm going to then click on that source and also click on that landing page to make it as simple. But you and I both know it isn't as simple as just making your copy just simple and to the point. Let me also quickly uncover some other things you need to do in the background. So once, obviously, you make your copy simple, but you need to do a step before that. What you need to do is just make an offer that people actually can't resist. I know it might sound crazy, it might sound normal-ish, but you got to make an offer that people can't resist. I'd like to call it the founder's blessing. What you want to do is make an offer that is so good that will keep you up at night. That will make you think, oh, how can I improve this? What systems and implementations and what processes can I do to make this offer so good that I can't even turn down my own offer? Or that some random guy down the street who needs my service can't turn down my offer, even though they're in a position that they can't buy it. So you need to figure out what type of market are you actually targeting for? What type of prospects? What is your ICP? How are you meant to help them get from pain point 1 to transformation? What steps, what processes, how are you going to assist them? How are you going to guide them? And how can you help them move forward? You're going to be thinking like, this stuff is ridiculously simple, but you got to realize that there are a lot of different businesses out here that don't actually do that. And also, while I'm in here, if you guys want to work with me, it's a free if you guys want to learn how to work with me, book a call down below, claim your free one-on-one application, and I can see if me working with you is the right decision. But yeah, click that link down below, booking a call, especially if you're a broker, a real estate agent, or if you're someone in the financial area. Those are the only people who I work with. So if you're anyone else, don't even worry about it, or unless you want help with ads, then yeah. But you may think it is that simple. Oh, I need to basically come up and see and understand what people want in this area. What do people want? What do people need? What are their needs? What are their core wants? What are their desires? What I want you to do is come up with a spreadsheet, scrape the internet for all the data, all your competitors' pages to see what they did right, what they did wrong, how can they improve. Same thing with Reddit, same thing with X, same thing with every other platform that you can grab reviews on, whether it's Google, Reddit, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Because there's still going to be people reviewing the product, people breaking down what went right, what went wrong, and basically coming up with a point where they can be like, oh, well, okay, let me just basically see what my competitors are doing, what they're doing well, what they're not, and then come up to a solution where you can end up building out that perfect product, so then you can end up helping them, and literally a product that grabs them so much that they know, like, hey, this is a problem that they're having. No one else is solving it as in much detail or as in much or as comprehensively as what I am. But because I was able to scrape it, I'm able to then see what I'm lacking in my sales, what am I lacking in my copy, and also what am I lacking in my content, my sales funnel, my ads, so then I can actually help them move forward. And then your offer is a reflection of that. Your offer is a reflection of how you meant to help these people get out. And it's pretty simple, like most people in today's day and age. Like most people are struggling to get by. Okay, let me come up with this. Okay, so I'm going to then provide you a one-on-one financial solution to help you struggle from getting by. Or let's just say if they're targeted at more wealthy clients. Here's a spreadsheet. I'm going to provide you a free spreadsheet to help you with an asset tracking month by month, coming from recent data from the Financial Times, from Macro, 42 Macro, and all these other economical sources provide you what is the best investment strategy to do with your current foundation. Like you just provide them a custom strategy because people are going to appreciate that you provide that attention to detail. People are going to appreciate that you provide an offer that solves that need, that want, and also come up with a solution that they have to buy. Because if you think about it, if you come up with an offer, if you come up with a statement as well that cures that pain, people aren't going to want to not buy it because it cures that pain. Most people have a pain which they really, really badly want to fix. Most people have that pain that they need to fix today. So if you can come up with that solution and make it happen, when you can make it happen, people are going to want to buy it. Yes, let's just say it may take 30 days, it may take 90, it may take a year. But since you're able to solve that problem with the most efficiency and also walking them through the process with your offer and having that understanding, people are going to massively appreciate that. Because that's going to be the difference between an unclear offer and between an offer with a clear roadmap. And that's going to make all the difference. And that's coming up to step number 3. What I just previously told you, so you know how I told you to research your leads? All you need to do is research your, not research your leads, research your competitors, see what they're doing. Okay, let's see what they're doing right, see what they're doing wrong. Let's stalk also their Instagram. Let's also come up with a news feed so we can see what people are doing right, what people are doing wrong, and how can we improve. Because once you understand that, you're going to realize what is the difference between my market. Let me just say, for example, coming from an industry which I was in for 4 years, what I've seen as a lot is that a lot of, I'm not obviously name bombing anyone, but from what I've seen is a lot of brokers treat their leads or their opportunities as just like people who they just want to basically get money from and burn. Like, what's the point of doing that? Once you end up building up that relationship, once you end up building up that connection, they're then going to become your lead for life. They're then going to be able to help you move forward and help you actually build up your business and become successful. Whereas most of the brokers who I saw are just like, okay, give me a quick paycheck, let me cold call you, let me not bother about building up the connection, building up the relationship. I just want your money, then I run. They don't actually understand what the process is about. So how can you actually explain that within your ads? How can you explain that within your content? It's more like a partnership than you're just using them as a paycheck. That's going to make all the difference because it's going to feel like it's a relationship where you guys both work together. And how can you guys both help each other out, help each other move forward and make both of your businesses succeed? That's going to be the massive difference between when you're just basically treating them as a sale compared to when you treat the actual business as a relationship. And that's going to make all the difference. And once you explain to that with your case studies and through your content, and also through the way how you perceived and also through your personal brand, it's going to make up all the difference as well. Once they see that you're with the same clients over and over and over again, it's then going to create a reflection. It's then going to actually think, oh, if this guy's willing to help this guy go through all this shit before he even bought, what is he willing to help me with? How is he willing to help me move forward? Yes, everyone's not going to be great with it. Some people will take advantage, but welcome to business. Not everyone's going to want to buy from you. But at least it provides that framework and at least it provides that foundation of you give that extra quality, you give that extra care to your customers, which makes them want to come back over and over and over again. And that's what's going to make all the difference once you do your copy, once you do your ads, and also once you do everything you do. Even let's just say, for example, once you want to do copy for an ad, or even let's just say you want to do copy, you basically have the main foundation of that copy to be the relationship. Or let's just say we're not here just to sell you some quick thing. We're here to build up relationships and build trust. Fill in this application and let's see if I can actually help you move to that position long term of where you want to work to. And let's just say, for example, where are they currently at? Where do they want to go? And what do they want in process for them to be helped out? Because once you can see that, you can come up with a roadmap. You can come up with game plan. You can see how you can help them go from 0 to 100 and basically guide them along the way. Give them experience, give them expertise, show them what it is actually like. So then you can actually help them move forward. And then now we move on to step number 4. I know it may seem dumb, it may seem simple. I've already discussed this a little bit, but you provide them with free assets, with free content. I know it sounds like this is crazy, you're giving your work away. Yes, you are, but you also got to remember, not everyone in business is going to buy from you. So you're better off giving away your stuff for free than basically keeping it all in and being like, well, no one's going to buy from me. At least you're actually able to gain their trust. You've got to entice them with something. You have to say you want to give them like a financial investments roadmap, or a how to buy a house in the market, or how to make this investment property worth your while, and give them like a step-by-step roadmap on how to make the process or how to make the investment make sense. Let's just say you're not even working with them. You just want to guide them. You want to give them free consultation. You want to work with them one-on-one for a little bit and be like, I don't want anything out of it. I just want to see you get to that point where you want to help, where you want to get to. You're going to notice it makes all the difference. And also it's going to come back to you in good karma. It's going to come back to you in good karma, which is going to basically end up either getting them or someone else who they know, or even, let's just say you get more referrals from that customer, or even because they can't afford your service, or you even end up getting the help and the assistance from, let's just say, the other customers who are willing to basically, because you gave them that, because you provided that assistance, you provided them that need, you provided them that care, you provided them with that content asset, you provided that VIP treatment, which makes all the difference. And that's also what you need to do. You need to simplify it, you need to make it clear within your copy. So then you're able to present, like you're literally able to present that, hey, I can help you get from here to here. Here's my free stuff. You can claim it. There's no strings attached to it. Obviously, all I want is your phone number and your email. That's it. But if I can help you out in any way, shape, or form, let me know. Because then I'm going to help you get from where you are currently standing at to where you want to be. So that's massively important. You give the free value up front. You give the free value first, and then you're able to actually help them move forward. And let's just go on to the final thing. You need to make sure you're speaking their lingo. Because anything I've noticed is that coming from the financial world, not everyone speaks your lingo. Not everyone understands the way that you speak, especially coming from someone here in Australia. Everyone comes from such an emotional base, especially in the consumer world. Everyone comes from such an emotional worldview. And that's what makes all the difference. Let's just say you want to speak to them as a broker. They're not going to understand you. They're going to think, why are you saying this? This is stressing me out. Why do I have this much rate? Why do I have this? Why do I have that? Or let's just say you're speaking to them like you want to help them with an investment. They're thinking, how much debt am I taking on? How am I going to end up actually helping me move forward? Or is this guy trying to rip me off, or is this guy trying to get my money? No. The whole point is you build up their relationship so then they're actually able to trust you. Think about what words, what language patterns, and how do they perceive? What world do they live in? Obviously, they don't live in the logical world. Okay. How can we take their language patterns and extract that and put it into their own words? Because that's going to make all the difference. That's going to change up what you're going to do, how they're going to perceive your offer, and whether they're going to buy or not. And let's just say, for example, let's just say you offer first home buyers, for example. Let's just say, stuck trying to fix your credit, basically sign up for a one-on-one report to help you build your credit. Give them like a step-by-step list on what they need to do, so then they're then able to access the first home buyers. So it's like, okay, how can we fix your credit? How can I help you save? What strategies do we need to come up before you can actually do that? You use that as a lead magnet in their own language. You make it as simple, you make it third grade English, you make it simple, you make it clear, you make it concise, and then from there, you obviously make it as simple as possible. You also use that a little bit of the emotional talk, because you understand they're volatile, you understand their pressure, you obviously understand they may want to have kids soon, you understand that they probably have a dog, they're renting a house. How can we come up with a step-by-step plan in making that all possible? And then you basically come up with a step-by-step plan, make them put it into ChatGPT, and then, or even consult you for like advice, like you give them a prompt and everything, or they just come up to you for a consultation, and then like, okay, what language are you going to be using? You're going to be using either very basic, very obviously emotional, because they're trying to understand that emotional world, or a level of language that is so basic, so universally understood that it makes sense. And obviously your job is, as someone who's in the financial or real estate industry, is to actually help them move forward. and make it as simple and try and help them out, because it's like, I understand that you guys obviously have a legal obligation, obviously in the MFAA or AFCAR and so many of the, or the ASICs, so many of these financial obligations to make sure that you are actually helping out the customer. But it's whether, how much time, how much energy, how much attention do you need to do and to create content and actually create words and documents and all the sort of stuff that everyone understood. Because let's just think about it. If you get one person who's way too volatile but doesn't actually understand, obviously you don't have to work with them, but you give them a document that makes the difference and they're like, this is, you're like, they're too volatile. It can make or break you, honestly. It could make or break you, and that's when adding that free consultation is going to make all the difference, and also making sure it's as simple, it's as basic, and it makes as much sense as possible. Because I know it's not easy, I know it's tough, like, getting them to understand the logical world of finance into the basic consumer world. Because let's be honest, most Australians and most people out in the world have absolutely no financial literacy. So if you try and give them advice, they're probably going to do, obviously you did your obligation and gave them the correct advice, but whether they take it or not is up to their worldview. And once you can make it as simple as possible, where they can literally not have any margin for error, you're going to be fine either way. You're going to be fine, you're going to make it clear enough, and actually help them move forward. Let's just say, offer free consultation for first home buyers. Learn more. It's as simple as that. Or, you've noticed that the XYZ problem is happening. Housing pricing is too much, not earning enough. How can we come up with a solution to fix that? What type of work do you need to go on? How do you need to change your job? How do you need to do this? There are so many different multitude of factors that you need to actually understand of, hey, how can I actually help this person out? How can I actually move this person to move forward? How can I help this person in this way so it doesn't actually harm them? It's like that basic stuff is going to make all the difference. And obviously it's going to gain up more trust with your customer, but also it's going to make more sense for you to help them go from just someone with no financial literacy to being someone with more financial literacy. Or you could just become someone like Dave Ramsey. Save more than you spend. But it's as simple as that. And also, once you come up with copy that's simple, this is going to make sure that people are going to actually want to buy from you. People actually understand what you're saying. People are going to actually help you and want to work with you once you make it as simple and as effective as a strategy as possible. Obviously, I can help you with this. And this is just a few brief examples off the top of my head from my own experience and also from the people who I work with. So if you guys want to learn more, claim your free application down below. If not, I would also recommend you guys, hold up, I'm just getting up the video, just because I'd rather this be just, as natural as possible. So if I was you guys, I'd give this video watching your screen over here exactly how to keep your leads coming in. I explained the step-by-step process of how to keep your leads coming in. So give that video watching your screen over here, and then you'll catch me in the next one.